correct me if I'm wrong. So Simon runs a business called The Roots of Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. Thank you. Over to you, Simon.
So The Roots of Yggdrasil is a community interest company that brings sports and exercise to rural and impoverished areas, making it accessible to all. We can work alongside the NHS, specialise in mental health, medical conditions, that kind of thing.
Fantastic. And on that note then, why specific, you set up a community interest company, it's called a KIC, a CIC. Why did you choose that particular format?
Well, I believe that with what we're doing, we have a lot of social goals, and I think it'd be unethical for a company to work with people who've got disadvantages and, again, medical conditions and can't afford to go to gyms and make money out of it. I think we are a form of non-for-profit. So the idea is that by doing that, we can ensure that we can put the money back into the communities to make our services accessible to as many people as need them.
That's great. Okay, thank you. So if we could then just move the discussion on a little bit, and we'll start on this side. So if we talk about Butter Crumble, and again, we know a little bit about what you do, because it's in the programme, but you can explain more as we go. But specifically, why did you choose self-employment? Because you're both graduates, you could have gone to get a job anywhere and been snapped up. So why did you choose to set up on your own?
I think it has been a real organic process for us, because we're almost lucky in a way that what we do is so visual, and it's also something that we love. So we just started sharing our illustrations and designs online for fun, really, and something for us to do together. And more people were like, oh, I really like what you're doing, please can you do a design for me? And oh, please can you do one for me? And then it really evolved quite naturally. Yeah, and during the time where we gained experience in other design and marketing agencies, we were doing design and we enjoyed it, but at the same time it wasn't the kind of design that we really loved. Because our passion is illustration, we felt like in a lot of design agencies it was very corporate and there wasn't any room to kind of blend more illustration and also more community-minded design and something that was socially engaged. So we saw that was a real gap that then we could go on and fill. And because we wanted to, when we did get experience in other agencies, we were separate, and we missed each other really. So we thought, why not set up together? So it just made sense. Yeah.
I've had some experience over the years of working within family businesses, and it's a big step, isn't it, to go into business? I know that from running my own business. Sisters, was that a big step? Or again, was it part of that organic process that you talked about?
Yeah, it's just, don't get me wrong, it can be a love-hate relationship. we just like drawing and designing, it's something that we did together, as like our mum would just say, oh, here's some crayons, get on with it, and we just draw together. Yes. And it's something that we've always done. So yeah, I feel as well with being family members, we are very honest with each other, but in a supportive way. So we're never trying to sabotage each other's work, or we are competitive. So if Chloe does something that's really brilliant, I'm like, oh no, I want to be just as brilliant. So we kind of push each other along, whereas I feel like I wouldn't have been brave enough to go into business on my own maybe. So I really admire people that do take that step, because I'm the same as you. I think if I was on my own, I would really struggle. So I would have to find somebody that I could really connect with.
Okay, but Lottie, in addition to you making wonderful cakes, you're a wonderful musician as well, and that could have been a route, I guess, that you could go, but why did you choose self-employment baking cakes?
I think it was just like a passion. I just absolutely love baking cakes, and and like specifically vegan cakes, because I'm vegan, and I know there's a lot of people that have like dairy-free requirements, and even gluten-free. I do gluten-free things as well. So it sort of grew from like a hobby that I'd sort of make cakes for fun, and then it sort of started at like Eat Me Cafe, and then like Walkers of Bar Street, and it's grew to like a few cafes around Scarborough. And yeah, I think my passion just picked up momentum, and I don't know, like positive feedback sort of encouraged me, and then I sort of like realised I'd sort of reached sort of my point where I'd either have to try and work to like get a management position at a cafe, or just sort of like dive into this, and I thought I'd just take the leap. But I think it's lovely that you guys are like together as sisters, because one of the things I've struggled with is not having my team. I was only a waitress, a barista, but I enjoyed being part of the team. Like the girls that I used to work with, we had such a fun time, like working. I really enjoyed just working in the cafe. It was nice, but so yeah, it's been a struggle like adjusting to being solo. But
so on that particular point, picking up on that, because I know from people I've worked with in the past and running my own business now, it can be a very lonely experience.
yeah.
You know, yes, I'm with my clients several days of the week, but actually the rest of the time I'm at home in my office. So how do you manage that? How have you overcome that?
Well, I love meeting people. So I sort of took my other half. We used to do sort of the delivering for me. He sort of would help me in that way. And I've sort of took the reins back on that, and now I sort of like personally deliver all my cakes, so that I get to chat and interact, get feedback, get sort of requests if there's anything that people want. I sort of try and listen to feedback and sort of stay keen on what people want the next sort of like thing to be. Like at the minute I'm working on cream eggs, because I feel like there's not much vegan cream egg options. So yeah, I just like try and like put myself out there to meet people, and I love doing like the festivals, and like if there's like food festivals or vegan festivals, I always try and get a stall there, and I travel about a bit to, I guess, just sort of get my name about in different places and meet new people.
So I've tried Lottie's cakes, if you haven't tried them. Who here has tried Lottie's cakes? Okay, so those who haven't, you're missing out. And so what's your what's your top selling or most popular cake?
It sounds really cheesy, but it like started with a salted caramel and white chocolate cake, and that's been just the most popular. I've done that as a wedding cake, and then it's just a regular. I make at least one a week now for one of the cafes around Scarborough.
Fantastic, that's really great. Amy.
Hi.
Hello, the Brow Project.
Yes.
Hugely successful. Was it Young Entrepreneur of the Year award that you won, was it last year?
Yes.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
belatedly for that.
Thank you.
But again, why self-employment?
To be honest, my mum and dad had their own business from as long as I can remember, maybe.
Mum and dad here?
I think. My mum is.
Hello, Mum.
Looking very glam over
Yes.
there. So I think it's something that I was brought up around. Beauty, makeup was something I was always sort of interested in. I wanted to do it from leaving school, but my mum told me I wasn't allowed. So I trained in accountancy instead, which couldn't be any further from what I'm doing now. Sort of bounced around from job to job, and then decided to take the plunge. Luckily, I was finally in a position where I could set up on my own. And decided self-employment was for me. I think with self-employment you very much get out of it what you put into it, and that's what I like. I am really work motivated. I like spending all my time at work. I like doing what I do, and I think the biggest pull for me is I decide my own fate with my self-employment.
Sure.
I get out of it what I put in, whereas obviously if you work in a 9-to-5 job, if you do an extra hour you don't necessarily get anything out of it, so I put absolutely everything into it. And I like
But again, on that point, we've heard some really inspiring talks today from different people around this work-life balance, and indeed one of the hashtag today, balance better, is how do you, because I know you work into the evenings, how do you separate out your work and your downtime? How do you separate those two things out?
To be honest, I don't. I am very much a workaholic. I don't have kids at the moment. So it's not like I've got to go home and think about the kids and stuff, so I think I do have a bit more flexibility in that regard. But my work is my life. I love my job. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it. So I don't mind if it sort of eats into my home life. It's my life. I love it.
So picking up on that point about one of the benefits you mentioned of self-employment is that you're in control.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do
Yeah.
when you want to do it, and you get out what you
Absolutely.
what you put in. Simon, if I can turn to yourself, in terms of that, what would be one of the benefits for you of working for yourself, would you say?
I'll be honest with you, this all happened by accident. I didn't see myself doing this. I spent a year after I worked in the industry for about 8 years, but I went back to university about 2 years ago. And I spent,
In what industry?
ecology.
Okay.
And I looked for an ecology job for a year. I did a lot of volunteer work, and a lot of people promising jobs at the end of it that just weren't there. So I decided that I've got a degree, I'm a qualified personal trainer, why don't I go back into doing this? And then I looked at setting up a few classes, and it just kind of spiraled and got a bit out of control. I looked at the market, I looked at what people needed, and I thought, oh, why don't I try and do it ethically, do it the way that I always wanted it to be, and create the jobs that I was looking for. And yeah, now I'm doing this, and I can't really see myself doing anything else. It's just seems to be what I'm meant to be doing.
Great. And I know that there are a lot of gyms in a relatively small town like Scarborough, and a lot of personal trainers, and I know it's early days for you, but has there been any reaction from anyone else to what you're doing in terms of the ethical approach that you take to your business?
Yes, I don't like gyms. I don't like my industry, to be honest. There was a talk earlier today about why you do things and what motivates you. I absolutely abhor the fitness industry. There's a lot of Mickey Mouses, there's a lot of people who've got basic entry-level qualifications that say that they can save your life, lose all this weight, and they don't want you to keep it off, they want you to keep coming back. And I hate it, and I hate everything my industry stands for, and I'm trying to make a mark as I go along, and yeah, I'm just starting out, but this is probably the most that most people are going to hear about me. I mean, I've been hiding in the shadows the last 6 months while I've been setting this up. And now I'm starting to come forward, do events like this, and let people know what I'm actually all about.
Yeah.
So I'll find out as I go along.
Yeah, okay. In terms of the benefits of being self-employed, what do you think they are for you? What are the benefits for Butter Crumble and for the two of you of doing what you do?